Hi Gemini, welcome to Talk Tarot. This is your love reading for the Cancer, the Venus transition into Cancer on June the 9th through to July the 5th. Your significator cards showing the chakras are from the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. I believe it's published by Hay House, and the cards for the reading are from the Vice Versa Tarot deck by Los Garabeo. Let's get right into it. It would seem this month that the biggest block for my Geminis is that your heart and your head want two different things, and you're expressing neither of them. What I see straight away in the heart chakra row is this desire for a traditionally happy family, for a nice home with a loving partner, possibly children or pets, but you feel like that is no longer possible, or that has somehow been taken from you. And that certainly could be due to a betrayal, as we do have in the crown chakra position the Three of Swords. There is a feeling of someone, or many someones, Gemini, who have been focused on building their career, on building their coin. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the obstacles position of the base chakra. The Nine of Pentacles is a beautiful card, but as an obstacle, I would suggest it's someone who's been so focused on creating their own security that they haven't allowed time for romantic interactions, for a social life maybe. And now with the Hermit next to it, it would suggest that they're starting to feel the bite of loneliness, that they're starting to think that they perhaps have missed out on that chance of the happy home that we were speaking about with the heart chakra. There is a suggestion perhaps that they feel too old, or that they just don't know how to get themselves out there. And the advice card is with the Hermit shining his light. That is the back of the card. It's time to shine your light in the world, and the world at large. If you don't, you're going to remain trapped in with the Eight of Swords in the outcome position there, and that's not what you're truly wanting. Although in your throat chakra position we've got that Two of Pentacles, it means that you're juggling your expression between the heart and the head. You're trying to get everything unified, and Geminis, we don't do that. We just can't. We have to see what we want and we have to go after it. As you can see in the throat chakra, we do have the Ace of Swords right next to the Two of Pentacles. There is a breakthrough coming where we will find the will or the words to express ourselves. It's not like Gemini to be lost for words, but it's almost as if you're unsure of how you feel, because we have the King of Coins, not the King of Coins, King of Cups in the third eye chakra, and he has his back to us. We also have the Queen of Rods in the crown chakra with her back to us. That to me would indicate that you're not listening to your intuition, you're not in connection with your intuition, and you're not listening to spirit at the moment, or to divine guidance or any kind of guidance. Which has meant that you're down here in your Nine of Pentacles, I have to do everything myself sort of energy, trying to muddle your way through this when spirit's trying to get through to you. Spirit is trying to give you the messages and the guidance to get out there in the world and shine your light. We've got several cards where it looks like you would require to shine your light. We have the Hermit, we have the Sun card, we have the Two of Rods, even the Four of Rods, and the Ace of Swords, all with this ethereal glow of light to them, suggesting that that's what's very much needed in your life at the moment, Gemini. Shining your light out there in the world. You have a lot to offer. If we look at your sexual cards, what I do have is, for some of you, sex has become a chore. It's not something that you're particularly enjoying anymore, and there's a need with the Sun card next to it to find the fun in sex again. Now, given what was previously said about the spiritual cards, it could be that this is a spiritual issue, that you're believing that by abstaining from sex that you are somehow more spiritual or more religious, and it's creating problems for you. You can't enjoy sex, you can't get out of your mind, especially when we've got the Ten of Swords and Eight of Swords. There is a lot of mental energy, so if you can't get out of your mind into your body, into the passion of the rods, if you do return to innocence, if you do find that fun again, we do have the rods coming in with really quick energy, suggesting to me if you have lost your sexual appetite, you will be having a shake up and a wake up towards July the 5th. I would say definitely after sort of June the 28th. You'll start feeling those feelings again. And it could come in the of something that starts as a message from someone. Whether that'll be a sexual message or just a message from someone whom you were intensely attracted to in your past. Or someone who brings a new attraction that's going to wake up and shake up that again and bring life to that. I do feel that for at least one of you, there is an issue of sexual dysfunction. There's an issue possibly of having been sexually mistreated in the past, and as a result finding it extremely hard to trust to be able to enjoy sex. You almost feel like your body has betrayed you in some way, and there's no trust there. Certainly that could be the betrayal that we are seeing in your case when you've got the Ten of Swords up there, because that does suggest to me a betrayal, an exhaustion, a complete defeat. And with both cards being tens, they definitely tie in together in that way. It could be a Leo that reignites your fire. I do feel there is someone who's also going to have to get tested for STDs, and they'll be waiting for the results for 3 weeks. Good luck with that. I have to say, with the Sun card in the middle, it does look quite hopeful. However, better safe than sorry. As we go up to your desires card, your solar chakra, we have the Two of Rods. Another card with beautiful light coming over the horizon, indicating that there is goodness coming in our future, that we might not be able to see it yet, but it is coming. With the Two of Rods, I feel as if someone is a backup for someone else. There is a player energy certainly present with the throat chakra, where we have the Two of Pentacles, which always suggests wearing a false mask to me. It suggests putting in a performance. With the Ten of Swords present, I would tend to think that someone's whispering sweet nothings to you and another person, or equally you are doing the same. There is a definite need to make a choice, because the Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords indicating choices both occur in your challenges column, or your obstacles column if you like. And the lack of making this choice is keeping you trapped in the Nine of Swords energy. And it could be a fear of moving on to that Ten of Swords energy. For some of you, you suspect that a Taurus or a Virgo is juggling. That they have you and they have someone else. And it's almost like you're a backup, you're not number one, and it's badly affecting your confidence, but you're stuck in this situation because you're allowing yourself to be. We've got the Eight of Swords and we have the Nine of Swords. The progression to the Ten of Swords and the Heart Chakra is more or less inevitable for you at this point. You're so trapped, you're so deluded, and it feels as if there's a message coming in, definitely with Pegasus again on the Eight of Rods. That's a message coming in. This message could well be telling you that someone whom you have suspected is cheating is in fact cheating, or a message comes in telling you, I know that you are cheating, and it's going to cause this Death card, leading to an utter transformation. Even the act of being caught, as long as you don't go into defence mode, which we do have out the throat chakra, that because someone's been juggling, when they're confronted with the truth of the Ace of Swords, they're going to go into defensive mode. If you don't go into defensive mode, come from the heart, in a place of authenticity, a place of truth, you may still be able to salvage the relationship and get your happiness, get your Four of Rods. For others, if you don't become defensive, if you just say, yeah, I've done it, take your loss. Take the accusations. Don't bother with justifications, because the other person's not going to want to hear it. Similarly, if you find out someone else is cheating, I'll try that again. If you find out someone else is cheating, don't bother listening to the justifications if you don't want to. You don't have to, because being in that defensive, being in that trying to cling on energy, is going to prevent that transformation that's promised in your desires. When your desires transform, you'll be bringing in new energy, you could be bringing in a new love, a new lease for life, certainly freeing you from this Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords energy, these relentless, constant thoughts and opinions. There is also a suggestion this could be someone who is extremely verbally negative towards you. This is someone who verbally beats you up. With the Hermit card there, I'm tempted to say this is a Virgo who is negatively expressing their perfectionism by constant criticism. And it's just basically wearing you down. No wonder you don't want to sleep with them, to be quite frank. There's no joy in it. And it's time to cut yourself free from that. It's time to speak your truth. Not in a defensive manner. Not using your Seven of Wands. Use the sword of truth. Come from a place of wisdom. Connect back into spirit. Get the guidance that you need and express it. Up at the throat chakra, which we've pretty much well covered. We've covered the player aspect, we've covered the juggling aspect, we've covered the being cut off from spirit and your heart desiring the traditional and you settling for something else or portraying yourself as wanting something other than what you do. When you do that, you're blocking that energy from coming in. Be truthful. You want a relationship, look for a relationship, do not settle for a one night stand. You want a marriage and the other person doesn't, and you don't feel as if they are committed enough, you're going to have to say goodbye. This is a month where a goodbye is very strongly suggested. With the world in the third eye position, I'd say this goodbye is spiritually guided, it's divinely guided, and it's for your higher good. It's actually, even if it's painful for you temporarily, it's to move you on, it's to move you forward. For some of you who are getting caught cheating, it's to help you to become the Ace of Swords, to become more truthful, to become more authentic, and to say what you want. Because there's no judgment here. But however, a lot of time when someone chooses to cheat, it's because they're afraid of hurting the other person by telling them what they truly want. And that may be a lesson for you, a karmic lesson, although I'm not seeing justice here that would suggest that. In the crown chakra, we have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. You are trapped in a loop of, or some of you, sorry, are trapped in a loop of reviewing old heartaches, of reviewing why does this never work out? Am I just not supposed to get love? That definitely ties into your base chakra reading of the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. It's like self-defeating energy. When I see the Three of Swords with the 8, 9 and 10 of Swords coupled with the Seven of Pentacles, that to me would suggest that this is a loop. This is obsessive thoughts of nothing ever goes right. Why did he do that? Why did she do this? Why did? And the answers to those questions not forthcoming, make you feel trapped in this kind of misery, afraid to offer your heart again. The only ace there is swords, and he's got his hand firmly clenched round that sword. He's wielding that sword. It's not one of the hands where they're making an offer. It's not an open hand to offer. So it's a suggestion that there's a fear of offering your heart due to the fact that it's been bloodied and broken before. I do feel that there is a Gemini out there who is desperate for a final fling, to sleep with someone one last time, to kiss someone, be with them for one last time. And it's someone who's broken their heart in the past. There's a suggestion that this person has already moved on and may have built their own happy life, their own family life. This is a married person. There's a good chance this is going to lead to refusal and betrayal and the end of any hope of anything with them. Even friendship. It's time to move on. It's time to get rolling. A lot of work ahead for Gemini this month. On the romantic front, there's a lot of reviewing, a lot of endings and beginnings. And don't always think the endings are negative. See the Death card when we've got the 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords, you're tempted to think, oof, wow, terrible ending. Not necessarily. These are mental thoughts of your own. If you're putting an end to a paranoia, to a obsessive thought about an ex, or obsessive thoughts about someone cheating on you, and you're bringing in new energy, starting to open yourself up to trust, and the road won't be easy, but starting to open yourself up to trust, then at least you're moving in the right direction. By the beginning of July, it might not matter. It looks like at the start of July what we are seeing is a complete change in what you thought you've always desired. Because we have here the Eight of Swords, Eight of Rods, Death, Hierophant, Seven of Rods, and the Seven of Pentacles. Lots and lots of spiritual energy, lots and lots of reviewing, infinite circles with the eights. It's as if what you've always defended, what you've always clung on to, all of a sudden is not going to seem quite so appetising. Your desires are changing, maturing, and you're going to move forward into desiring something completely new and different. I'll be interested to see what your July reading holds for you, actually, with these new desires coming in. You just basically have to grit your teeth, get through this month, and start putting yourself out there more. Certainly if you've been cut off from the world, get out there and socialise, even if it's just within small friend circles. Get out there, start showing the world what you've got to offer, because Gemini, it's a lot. I hope you all have a blessed month, and you can catch me back here round about the 13th of June for the manifestation readings, and if not, I'll see you round about July the 5th, hopefully, to catch up and see what these new desires of yours are going to yield. Thanks for watching Talk Tarot, Gemini. Catch you, bye.